So Joey, we're here in Inzell at the moment. It's one of your first World Cup races. How are you doing?
It's okay. It could be better. The first one, a little bit of nerves, and I'm glad it's over. But I made a lot of mistakes, but I also learned a lot from the race.
You said you made a lot of mistakes today. What's the biggest hurdle in speed skating?
For me, the biggest thing I find in difficulty, and from inline to ice, is the start. I have a really hard time, just because my style of starting on inline is completely opposite of how you have to start on the ice. And I feel like I got a pretty good idea of what I need to do. I have a good support group, I have a good coach, and I have really good direction. It's just a matter now of me manning up and doing it, and putting it into practice and doing it over and over enough to where it becomes ingrained and becomes a habit.
And the whole feeling on ice, is it way different than on inline?
I think obviously, when you're on the ice and you hit some good pushes, it really gives back to you, and it's a little more dynamic, I guess you could say. It's just a matter of tightening up what you know from inline and applying it to the ice, because on the ice you can't cheat at all. Everything has to be level and square, and like the basics are super important. So fundamentals are everything on ice.
And you came from inline. You won like multiple world titles. Does it make it more difficult because you won so many championships here, and now you're the first race, and maybe you have to start over?
Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me. A lot of expectations from everybody, just because like all the people that come before me, Chad and all the other inline to ice guys.
And what do you think of the speed skating world? Like the atmosphere, is it different than inline?
It's completely different than inline. Everybody's more together. You warm up as a big group, and all the races are, besides the 300-meter time trial and the 200-meter time trial, are all with somebody else. You're racing against people. And that's one thing I find a little bit difficult with the ice. Is and maybe it's a mental thing with me, but I feel since I'm against the clock, I'm always feeling like I need to go as hard as I can all the time, and that kind of gets me in trouble sometimes. I go a little bit too hard in the beginning, or whatever the case may be, and I don't relax and settle in like I do when I'm skating inline. And I've identified all these problems. It's just a matter of fixing them, and hopefully I can get it done before the games, and hope come around and be in medal contention by then.